So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to configure your environment for Java development. What you want to do is to test if your environment already have Java installed. I understand for Macintosh, you already have Java installed. So if you open up a terminal and type in Java C, you should get an output like this. That's on Macintosh. Also, if you type just Java, it should give you a similar output. So if you're on Mac OS, just do that to test if you have Java installed. If not, Google up how to install Java and or Java JDK and get it installed. I don't have any way to know exactly how the process will go on Macintosh, but for Linux users such as myself, I'll show you how to install that in a few minutes after we finish with the Windows users. So if you're on Windows, open up a browser and go to Google, search for Java space SE. The very first link, you want to click on that, then scroll down a little bit. We are installing the JDK, so click on the download link under the JDK, and then of course we want to accept the license. Once you do that, if you're on a 64-bit, you're gonna have to download this link, else you most likely want to download this instead, which is just the Windows x86. Okay, so of course I'm on Zorin, which is a Ubuntu based operating system, so I cannot install this on here. But what I recommend to you is to save it to whatever location you prefer, and then after it's downloaded, just launch the installer and it will guide you through the installation process, which is very simple. Okay, so assuming you have it installed now, then you will want to configure the environment to include the path. Okay, the way the way you configure your environment, I have a very crappy voice today, so pardon me. But the way you configure your environment on Windows, especially on XP, is to go to your controls panel and then change classic view, and then click on the systems, and then on the advanced tab, and then click on environment variables, which is located somewhere at the bottom. So then you will see a window pop up. Okay, but even before you continue, you want to make sure you locate where the Java JDK was installed. On Windows, if you don't choose otherwise during the installation process, the installer will create a different folder under the program file. So navigate with your file browser or whatever tool you use to navigate your file system to go to C:/program files and Java, and then in there make sure you locate the name of the JDK installation. It might be a different version, so make sure you have the name as it is in there. To be 100% sure you have the right name, you can right click and then click on rename. Okay, if you do that, it will highlight the text that is in that folder name. It will highlight that folder name, and then you can copy that folder name on the clipboard so that you have it exactly as it is. Because as you can tell, there's an underscore in there somewhere, right here in between these two zeros, there's an underscore. and it's like that for almost all JDK installation, and the version numbers are different. So that's why you want to go in there and see exactly what version you have installed. Now once you do that, in the environment variables, you'll see, after you click on that, you'll see system variables, and then in the system variables you want to click on the path, and then, or not click on the path, but highlight the path, and then click on edit after you highlight path. Then a different window might pop up. In that window, what you want to do is locate variable value, and then make sure you don't delete anything that's already in this box, but instead go all the way to the end and type a semicolon. And then once you type the semicolon, you want to type all these in there after the semicolon, including the bin, which is the location where all the tools for the Java development for the JDK is installed or are located, including the Java C and the Java compiler, which is the Java C. But you also want to make sure that you don't put in the wrong folder name here. That's why you want to make sure that you have the name correctly. So if you save that on the clipboard, you would just replace it with this by pasting it in here. That's where your JDK installation is located. Okay, and then once that is finished, click on OK, and then OK, and then make sure that every window that's still visible is OK. Just check OK for everything. And now when you click on Start menu, and then in the Run command, you can type in CMD and then hit Enter. You will see a command prompt pop up. You can also go to the command prompt, I think from the Start menu, and then Accessories, and then Command Prompt. But either way, you're gonna see a black window pop up, such as this. Okay, and then you want to type in Java C like I showed before. If you get this kind of output, it means it's configured correctly. If you get something like this, not recognized as an internal or external command, then something is wrong, and then you have to go back to the top and start from the beginning. Alright, so that's for Windows, people. And if you are on Windows 7, all you have to do is figure out where your control panel is, and I'll figure out where the systems is located in the control panels, and then it's the same thing. I haven't used Windows 7 yet, so I couldn't tell you exactly how that goes, but it shouldn't be anything different. The other way to get to the Advanced tab is also to right click on My Computer. So if you have My Computer on your desktop, or even from the Start menu, you can locate My Computer and right click on that and select Properties, and that will bring you to the same spot right here, Advanced tab, and then Environment Variables, and then you can take it from there. So it shouldn't be hard. You should be able to figure it out on Windows. For Ubuntu-based users like myself, if you're on another Linux distro, just use your package manager to search for JDK or Sun, S-U-N, JDK, and install the JDK files. But for Ubuntu users or Ubuntu-based systems, just do sudo apt or apt-get install sun java 6-jdk and hit enter. Then once you type in your password and you hit enter, it will install it. I already have it installed, so it tells me that it's already installed and it's the newest version. So you want to do that, and once you do that, it will be installed, and it's gonna be located right here. Okay, so just hit Control L. Control L will take you to the location, and then type in all these right here. Okay, so if you type in this and you see, or you can go back one step, and then if you see these and you see this bin folder under this location, then it means you have JDK installed correctly. Alright, so what you want to do is to go to the bin location, the installation, the JVM Java installation, and then do Control L and copy that on your clipboard. Okay, and then once you do that, open up a terminal, and remember, this is a video, so you can pause it and see exactly what I'm doing, or if you want to slow it down, you can pause it and do exactly what I'm doing. So you want to go all the way down here in the bash nano, type nano.bashrc, BASHRC, but there's a period in front of bash, okay? And then hit enter. The nano is a test editor, it's a command line test editor. I have some tutorials on it that I'll do some other time, but not today. But go all the way down, and then make sure you type in Java all in caps, Java underscore home equals, and then paste in that location just as this. You're gonna paste in exactly as you see on this screen, because whenever you install JDK on Ubuntu, it creates that folder name for you, so it's gonna be the same thing. And then type export JVA underscore home, JAVA underscore home, all in caps. And then after that, type in what you see here, path equals /usr/java/jvm/java-sys-sun/bin, and then colon, $, and then in parentheses path, or in brackets path, and then export path again. And then what you want to do to save this is hold Control and press O on the keyboard, and then release both keys and hit enter. This is saved now to your bash file. Your bash file is what gets read whenever you log into your home folder, and whenever you launch a terminal. Then you want to do period bash rc, okay, period space period bash rc, and then hit enter, and that will reload your environment. And then now you can do javac, and you should be good to go. Okay, alright, my time is up. So that's the environment configuration. Now you are ready to start programming.